All right, so now we're going to talk about analogies, which actually make up about half of the verbal section. And you want to actually be very strategic about how you approach analogies, but we'll talk about that in a minute. What I want to do is go ahead and take a look at least one and kind of just see what we think works before we talk about the strategy. Okay, so Chris, if you would go ahead and read question number one for us, please.
Breeze is to win as.
Okay. Now, if you take a look at your answer choices, are there any answer choices that you see there that might be potentially good answers?
Yes.
Okay, which ones would those be?
Tidal is to wave. Number E, letter
Okay,
E,
E. All right.
and D.
D and E.
D and E.
Okay. A looks a little like it might work as well. And so we see that when we don't really approach it with a strategy, just kind of looking at the words that they give us doesn't really get us to where we want to be. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to come up with what we call a defining sentence. We're going to define the word using the other word. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to define breeze using wind. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the first letter of each word, so B and W. So if you can come up with a sentence for me that defines breeze using the word wind, what might that be?
Breeze is a light wind.
Breeze is a light wind. Okay, so breeze is a light wind. Okay, and that works for that sentence, right? Now, what we want to do is we want to apply the same exact definition to the remaining answer choices and see if it works.
Okay.
All right. So, answer choice A, we've got ripple is a light wave. Is that true?
And A,
Yes.
rain.
Oh, you've got a slightly different version. Okay. So, what does yours say?
Rain is the storm.
Rain is a light storm.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to check that off. We're going to check the rest of our answers as well. Okay. B, mistake is a light anger. Is that true?
No.
No, it is not. All right. Answer choice C, smart is a light stupid.
No.
Definitely not. That's actually the opposite.
Right.
All right. Answer choice D, silly is a light zany.
Nope.
That does not work. And answer choice E.
Tidal is to wave. A wave is kind of a tidal, so no.
No, that does not work either, which means answer choice A is our answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so what I want to point out is that there are some common relationships that occur, and you can take a look at under number 2 in the next section there, horizontal analogy strategy, horizontal analogies strategy. Say that 10 times fast. And you'll see some common relationships that show up a lot. They're not always there, but they do show up a lot, so it's good to kind of be familiar with them. All right? And so those common relations are is a type of, is used to, is the opposite of or the same as, and is stronger or weaker version of, which is what we just saw. Is a light wind is a kind of a weaker version of a wind, basically, is what category that was. So again, we're going to drop the is to and apply the same definition that we come up with to the remaining answer choices. So let's take a look at question number 2, and we're going to do that again using that strategy and see how we do this. So question number 2, you read that for us, please.
Butterfly is to insect as.
Okay, so if you were to come up with a defining sentence, and keep in mind your common relationships, what would a defining sentence for butterfly be using insect?
Butterfly is a type of insect.
Is a type of, right? So butterfly is a type of insect.
Mhm.
Okay, so now, again, we want to use that same definition, same defining sentence with the remaining answer choices. All right, so answer choice A, will you read that with the defining sentence?
Bear is a type of cave.
Is that true?
No.
No, it is not. Answer choice B?
Human is a type of cat.
Is that true?
Nope.
Definitely not.
Reptile is a type of lizard.
Is that true?
No.
No, it is not. It is the opposite.
Lion is a type of mammal.
Is that true?
It is.
It is true. We're going to check that and actually go ahead for this on the safe side to check our last answer choice as well.
And pure breed is a type of dog.
Is that true?
No.
It is not. Okay, and so answer choice D is our answer, and that was a very good job noticing that with reptile and lizard, the relationship was actually reversed, and so lizard is actually a type of reptile, but we want the first word to be defining the second word if that's the way we did it in the pair that they give us. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple more questions here. Question number 3 on the next page. Would you read that for us, please?
Communication is to talking as.
Okay, now, can you come up with a defining sentence for communication and talking using communication and talking? And as a hint, you want to keep in mind your common relationships, but you might actually need to reverse the order on this one just to make it work well.
Okay. We reverse it, then talking will be a type of communication.
Talking is a type of communication or or used to maybe. All right, and so what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to draw an arrow from talking to communication, so I keep in mind that I'm actually starting here, and so I get the order right. Okay, so my direction is going to be from talking back to communication, which means I want to do the same when I go into my answer choices. I'll be using the same defining relationship, but I want to go in the same direction. So from the second word to the first word. Okay, so if you would go ahead and read our answer choices for us. Starting with our second word, going in the direction of our first word.
Listening, type of dinner.
Is that true?
No.
No, it is not. Answer choice B.
Separating is a type of marriage.
Is that true?
No.
No. C.
Lying is a type of deception.
Is that true?
It is.
It is true. So we'll go ahead and check that off and keep going and checking our answers.
Questioning is a type of answering. Type of answer? No.
It is not.
And growing is a type of pain.
Is that true?
Groaning. No.
It is not, which means we're left only with answer choice C, and that is our answer. Okay, let's try another one. Question number 4. Would you read that for us, please, Chris?
Divided is to connected as.
All right, so we want to come up with our defining sentence using divided and connected. And what would our defining sentence be?
Divided is the opposite of connected.
It's the opposite of, okay? So opposite of. Divided is the opposite of connected. We want to use the same exact defining sentence with our answer choices. So answer choice A, go ahead and read that for us with drop the is to and use our opposite of defining sentence.
Stopped is opposite of prevented.
Is that true?
No.
That is not true. B,
Separated is opposite of joined.
is that true?
It is.
It is. We're going to check that off, and we're going to keep checking our answers to be on the safe side.
Lonely is the opposite of friendly.
Does that work?
No.
It does not. Answer choice D.
Standardized is the opposite of united.
Is that true?
No.
No, it is not. And answer choice B.
Mistaken is the opposite of prepared.
Is that true?
No.
That is not true. And so we can go with answer choice B being our answer. Okay, now, as I said, you do want to keep in mind those common relationships that do come up a lot, but they're not always going to be there. And so let's take a look at one where it may not be exactly one of the common relationships that we looked at. If you would go ahead and read question number 6 for us.
Caterpillar is the butterfly as.
Okay, so if you had to come up with a defining sentence with caterpillar and butterfly, what might that be?
Caterpillar is a version of a butterfly.
A caterpillar is a version of a butterfly? Is that what it is?
The smaller version of a butterfly.
A smaller version of a butterfly, maybe of what a butterfly becomes.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll say version of slash becomes or becomes. Right? Caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Starts off at a caterpillar, goes into a cocoon, becomes a butterfly. And so let's see if we can apply that relationship to our answer choices.
Okay.
And so answer choice A.
Poodle becomes a dog.
Will poodle become a dog?
Poodle is already a dog.
It already is a dog, absolutely. Answer choice B.
A cat becomes a leopard.
Does the cat become a leopard?
Leopard's already a cat.
That's a type of cat, that's right. Answer choice C.
Deer becomes a coyote. Coyote eats deer. So.
Coyote eats deer, yes, it does.
Dolphin becomes a mammal.
Is
Dolphin's
that
already a mammal, so.
already a mammal? And answer choice E, I sure hope that one's right since it's the only one left.
Tadpole becomes a frog.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. A tadpole does become a frog, except it doesn't go into a cocoon. But that's okay. All right, so let's take a look at one more. Question number 7, where there is a relationship, just not maybe a very common one. And we need to come up with our own defining sentence. So go ahead and read number 7 for us, please.
Lesson is the teacher as.
Okay, so we have lesson and teacher. What would your defining sentence be for lesson using teacher?
Lesson is. The defining sentence would be lesson is. Given by a teacher.
Lesson is given by a teacher.
Mhm.
Okay, so is given by. All right, much like the lesson I'm giving right now.
Yes.
All right, so let's look at our answer choices here. Answer choice A, same relationship for our words.
Phone is given by a friend.
Does that work?
No.
No, it does not. B,
Pen is given by author.
does that work?
No.
Does not. Answer choice C,
Salad is given by dieter.
is
No.
that true? It is not.
They sound right.
Might be eaten by a dieter, but it's not given by a dieter. Answer choice D,
Medicine is given by a doctor.
is that true?
It is.
Absolutely, it is. And let's go ahead and check answer choice C.
Confusion is given by a riddle.
Is that true?
No.
Might cause confusion, but no, it's not given by it. So our answer is answer choice D. And so it definitely helps to be able to come up with that relationship, come up with that defining sentence, and then again apply it to each and every answer choice in order to come up with the correct answer. Any questions?
No, thank you.
All right. I wrote up.